the decision-making area in your brain, in your cortex, get fully matured at the age of 25. So me, my personal opinion, nobody had a business getting married before the age of 25. I know our mothers did it, our forefathers did it, we did it. Is that of ignorance? As we grow, we learn, we change, we adjust. So me, I think she's too young to get married to begin with, not to talk of to marry somebody who is old enough to be her grandfather. What are they discussing? Even me now, as I did, what would I be discussing with Ned, not to talk of this girl?
That's alarming.
What
For
are they
sure.
discussing? Ned will be busy trying to secure the land, maybe the family secure his will. This girl is busy trying to see what is the latest trend on TikTok. Her biggest concern is the latest trend on TikTok, just like we all were when we were in her age mates. Except if you're forced to grow up by getting married early, having children early, you're forced to grow up. But is that really the best? And some people can handle it. Some people will grow up very fast and they'll be able to handle it, maintain well, do well. But some people are not able to. Everybody is not the same. All these things she's doing, even this busting out and everything, she's a Gen Z. What do you expect? Except for the people that, Lolo, you're laughing. I don't know. Lolo, go ahead.
This is sad. I wish, one of my wishes today was if I was friends with Regina Daniels' mom, she deserved a slap. She deserved anything she can get, because the moment she puts Regina Daniel in this menace, she killed her entire existence, as sad as it may be. Before Regina Daniel even agreed to marry this man, she was one of the top in Nollywood industry. As young as she was one of the persons that, one of the first persons, one of the persons they actually paid £1 million, point something and 2 point something million naira back home in Africa, in Nigeria. So I wonder why you say they're trying to take the family into abject poverty, or the way people have been stating in the last 48 hours or 24 hours, I don't know. But you can see that were not poor, they were average. They could fend for themselves, they could do some basic things. But because there's a word called greedy. And my anger was the mom could not give herself. She offered her daughter for a sacrificial lamb. As bad as it sounds, this is where the first problem starts from. And this is why it's good to say no to a dysfunctional home. This is a product of a dysfunctional home. So if the father was in her life and the mother was in her life, maybe they would have made better decisions. Maybe they would have chosen better. And that's why on this show, we try to improve marriages. We try to see how it's better that couples come together and resolve their differences and live as one. Because you can see that this is coming from a single mother that raised a daughter and raised her, I don't know if it's to say the right manner or the wrong manner. So we saw a child that needed some development, and we saw a child getting married to a whole grandpa. Now tell me, she was already set for failure before it will even start. And then, who is Ned Nwoko? People didn't even know him. And I'm so sorry, people didn't know who he is. He was not as popular as the kind of prestige our darling Regina Daniel gave him. Sky would have been her. Because I watched her as a baby acting to this stage, and I can tell you that she was doing wonderfully well. And my biggest fear is her mom made a decision for her, and because she's mommy's girl or mommy's daughter, she agreed.
Do you think the mom made that decision for her, though? Because he's Gen Z, you know?
I'm telling you that the mother...
But to say that she made the decision for her, you know this...
I'm telling you that the mother made the decision for her. It was speculated all over the internet. The only thing the mother could do right now is to cry. To cry on the internet and be calling for God. So you didn't know where God is when you gave out your daughter to somebody that wouldn't even marry you properly. Why is the mother attracted to younger men? Why not older men like Ned Nwoko and the rest of them? Why does she still like younger people? That's another big question. And Regina Daniel doesn't, I see Gen Z in her. I also see Jenny Exxon in her, and I also see Millennium in her. It's sad, but trust me.
I was about to tell you that. Didn't know you have seen it already.
So
these are the things I want to say. If I say Facebook may block you,
so,
let them not block us. But can you say it in other ways? Maybe code it, because we want to hear it.
So Dr. Precious, one of the things I'm going to say to you is, I saw this coming, and even one of the men of God prophesied that there was a tornado coming to our house, and it was coming direct to her. This was prophesied a couple of months ago, before this even happened. That somebody smokes Susha. First of all, she's an actress. Second of all, marriage is not a joke. In as much as we want to sound sometimes it's bed and roses, sugar in the mouth and all that, marriage it's not a joke. Then talk more of somebody going into a toxic place. I've always said, show me that man that married more than one wife that don't have problems, and I'll tell you how you lie. very rare occasions where there's no fight in the marriage, where things are not falling apart, we can see that Ed is trying to portray the image of what he's not, portray that there's no violence going through in that house. What I fear for this young child is she not going into a mental issue. You can see it's stating clear that all that glitters is not gold. In the last 24 hours, I've also gathered that he refused her to even purchase any property in her names. He refused her to even do anything with money. So it has to be just Ned and his whole empire. So God forbid if Ned goes home today, does he even have a structural will to guide and protect this woman? If you're married to a man, let me say this, that has more than one wife, your duty is not to serve him alone. Your duty is also build yourself, because you don't know what can happen tomorrow. You don't want to be part of all this menace or all this fight or all this battle. Even the money she makes was not hers. The marriage became difficult for her. I mean, who is going to go through that situation? But right now, people are pushing the narrative, oh, she's on drugs, she's this, she's that. Let's also...
It's not people. Her husband, I believe her husband came out.
The husband never came out that she's on drugs until that video came out. That's my biggest... See, I'll tell you what, I haven't seen her...
He's suspicious because
very
he
suspicious.
said that about the other wife.
That's what I'm saying.
Wife.
The other wife, what about the other wife that walked away, that said the marriage was over, so many things was going wrong? We never went back to that situation. But right now, everybody is saying, I blame Regina Daniel, I blame Regina Daniel. Nigeria, what's up? Nigeria, what's going on?
You were trying to tell Regina Daniel that this is a bad idea. What was she saying?
So, excuse me, that was really when she came.
No, because what has happened has happened. I have sympathy for her, but I also don't blame Nigerians that are blaming her.
So Angela Okorie, how are you blaming a child? So Angela Okorie right now is vindicated. Why worry about Regina? She deserves what is happening to her. Why do Nigerians like to take painkillers for another person's pains? Regina once said that she rather cry in a Ferrari than smile in a keke. The brat insulted the diva. Angela Okorie, Kaska hell, I'm coming for you, because this is a journalist anyway. One of the top journalists. This is what he wrote. Regina bragged with her grandfather, husband, Senator No, won't be a fool to descend to physical abuse on Regina when he can't just put her out to where he picked her. Some young people who reach stardom at a young age don't know how to manage success, and most end up as drug addicts. Check the records. Many child actors end up abusing drugs if not properly guided. Angela Okorie cursed her, and she claimed she was enjoying her marriage, and she bragged that she would rather be crying on a Ferrari than laughing. Let her now cry in the Ferrari and leave the Nigerians. Oh Lord, this is a lot. Oh, this guy is busy. When it comes to men, I'll tell you, a lot of men will go this way and just do something like this. But if you're a mother out there, if you're a sister out there, if you're a brother out there, it's time to look out for our baby girl and make sure that her life doesn't end like that. Because I see her life as reading this just for somebody to exonerate Okorie and say that she's a diva. That's crazy over a little child. And this is unacceptable. I don't even know why I'm reading this. I'm so upset.
That little child, I understand you're upset.
But this is from Sankara Nahele, one of the top journalists, and I couldn't believe that he could write this fairy tale. To me, it's not making sense, but Ned Nwoko took advantage of her vulnerability, won the election because of her. He wouldn't even have sit on that seat. And I know how this young lady went through the campaign, did everything, but for him, it's the audacity for me. And there was somebody even having a gun, and there was somebody even having in that scene, if you watch, and the person said, are you releasing this because of this? So it's only if you're crazy or if something is wrong with you that you don't analyze that particular video properly. I feel like Nwoko is hiding what is going on in his mansion. And I feel like Regina Daniel had dug a lot of secrets from him. And he's afraid that if he goes into the press, he might end up being nobody. That's what I'm going to say for now. And maybe you can take over.
I was going to say that I do understand the Nigerians that are feeling the way they're feeling. I feel what you feel. I feel sympathy. I feel empathy for just a little girl. Because this girl, I look at her. However, the problem I have with her is why I say I also understand the Nigerians that are feeling the way they're feeling, is she didn't make it easier. Do you remember when she was insulting people? She was calling people names because they were trying to tell her. I think it was the time that people were trying to rebel against something going on in Nigeria. And she was trying to calm people down, to tell them to stop protesting. Yes. And she started insulting these people. She started saying things to them. Her mouth was too sharp for just a little girl. So in as much as I feel sympathy, I feel empathy, she's a little girl, we need to protect her. I also want these young girls to know that it's not okay to insult your elders, no matter what, because you have money. You start talking to elders anyhow, because you don't know tomorrow. So always respect people. And I think that's where this thing is coming from. Why people are feeling the way they're
Dr.
feeling.
Can I ask you a question? What if, remember that everybody that came to Regina Daniel was telling her that she married a grandpa. However, they never made it easy for her. What if that was the response?
You don't need to respond.
Yes.
You must not. You must not respond. And if you do respond, you must not.
What if that was the response given from her husband, telling her to
Okay,
respond?
that her husband told her to do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
in that case, I don't know. It could be the case, but I'm just saying that I think I understand where Nigerians are coming from by not feeling sympathy. A lot of people don't feel sympathy. A lot of people are like, that serves you right. I think because I'm a mother, that's why I'm able to feel sympathy for her, because I keep looking at that. That's a girl child, okay? And I feel, but a lot of people don't. I think people have said it to my hearing. That's what serves her right. It's sad because I feel like society.
People need to go bring her mama out, make they flog them small. Because make I tell you, her mama, at the beginning of this trouble, I even remember the one that happened with this lady that finished from Harvard, did have her master's in business in Harvard. What's the name of this lady that was going out with Ned at some point?
Chika
Ike. Yeah, that finished her master's from Harvard. Yeah. So I think the mother has the major blame. In as much as we can say, yes, she's an adult at 18, she chose and she wanted to elevate her family. But instead of elevation, look at how the family is going down. So we will start from her mama. When they don't catch the mama, flog and where for her, beat the mama where as Nigerians take they do. They sit her down. And she needs to turn a new leaf because she's no longer the little baby we used to know. She's going to need all those scolding. She's going to need all those, we go first of all use our hand, receive them first. When we receive her as our own first, then we can now chastise her. Then we can now tell her the things that she has done wrong and how she needs to make amends. And if she's taking some, and they don't add Annie that is resting right now. They said since she went in company of Annie. That was crazy anyway. So if I thought this is really true, then she needs help. She needs help. But if I was going to advise her, she also needs to walk out from that marriage. There's no place for her. There's no way. That, to me, that's not distraction, serious distraction. She needs to go and rebuild herself, give herself some time to heal. Trust me, she could still find better husband where he could still marry her.
No, she's very young.
Because she's young and she's also a hot cake. Let me say this again. Regina Daniel na brand. She's a brand. So no matter how we say it, she's a brand. And she has been a brand from being a child. So the only way we can save her is people that love her, people that are close to her. It's time to talk to her. To be very honest to you, it's time to bring her with love. It's time to show her kindness and love. Not the time to come to social media and bash her.
I think what Lola is saying is that I hope that people don't start bashing her, start talking bad about her, instead to use it as an opportunity to bring her close, advise her, encourage her. That is wonderful. I share in that, but however, I still say Gen Zs. These Gen Zs, they will always be Gen Zs. Sometimes you can't talk to them. That's why I'm still divided. I'm not one of those people that say, bring the mother, let's beat her. Because you don't know. Maybe the mother told her not to go and she said she must go. At the end of the day, what do you think will happen? The mother will just say, okay, I hope everything works out. Though if I were the mother, I would have put up more fight. I wouldn't let my daughter go marry a 70-year-old. Oh, Casey is in the studio. Casey, how are you? Maybe let's give her opportunity to talk.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Casey. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Good afternoon, Lala. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon.
All my fellow precious ones. I hope everyone is enjoying the live. Before I share my opinion, please, everybody like and comment on the live. And also feel free to join like how I'm joining so you can express your opinions as well, because this is a really hot topic. On this one, though, I feel like I will have to agree with Lala. I think we need to beat Regina's mom up. We might need to beat her up.
Go, girl. Go, girl. Let's go.
But I only say that because and not necessarily beat her up as in physically, but I do feel like Regina's mom should face some sort of repercussion, because we all saw how young Regina was when she did a whole traditional ceremony to be married to a man that is 42 years older than her. And because she was a child then, I can only imagine that she did this with some sort of outer influence, and that influence seemed to be her mom, only because Regina's dad, from what we publicly know, was not in her life then. And given that the mom was also within that field of celebrity and acting and Nollywood, I think the mom thought she was doing the best for her daughter and thought she was doing the best for the family, not really knowing that her daughter was a literal child and Ned was a whole senator, a whole man that was polygamous. So I think everybody went into it with the purest intentions, except for Ned. Because if somebody now brings a child for you to marry, would you open your eyes and marry the child? You know, I feel like everyone had their motive. Well, I'm not saying with the purest intentions, but everyone had their motive. But I'm sure no one wanted it to end this way. I'm pretty sure Regina wasn't expecting to be allegedly abused. I'm sure that her mother wasn't expecting her to end up this way. And I'm sure Ned wasn't expecting that, because for a while it seemed like they were getting along. And also Regina bore 2 children. So when we really think about her bragging and, you know, clapping back at people, I look at it as her just trying to cope with the situation. This was a young girl. She's already given birth. She may feel like she has no other options. Therefore, she's going to stick it out and make the best of the situation. Now that the situation has come to a head, as a fellow Gen Zer myself, I would say, hey, you know, take what you can and leave what you can't. So at this point, now that she has the 2 kids, my hope is that she leaves the situation. But the sad part is that Ned is and like many other Nigerian men, Ned wants to be in control. So how free is she going to be? I don't know. That's the sad part, is that now that she's realizing that maybe this is not the life for her, can she get out? Can she get out scot-free? Is the marriage still, are they still binding her with the marriage? She has 2 kids. Do the 2 kids can they go with her? Or because they enter Ned's name, does he get to keep them? It's a whole thing now. So I feel like in this present moment, I think Nigerians should show Regina grace, because we've seen this situation on many accounts. From the richest woman to the poorest woman in Nigeria, there is this blanket of patriarchy that covers every situation like this. And I feel like we need to focus on getting Regina out safe and giving her grace, so at least she can navigate how to get out of this on her own, alive. Because many situations that we've seen, no matter what class the woman is in, no matter who her daddy is, no matter where she went to school, no matter how Christian she is, all the way from this person, for all the Nollywood actresses that have been divorced, down to the Christian singer that was abused by her husband. The point is that a woman needs to come out alive. That's the point. And with the way it's looking, I feel like it just looks like Regina is fighting for her life. So I'm giving her grace in this situation. She's fighting. She has children. She's coming to the realization her frontal lobe is developing. And I think all we have to do is just sit back and watch and just hope that she's getting out scot-free. Because
I
Ned
love
is not
when
going out
people
with a
use
fight.
these terms. It shows me that people are listening and learning something from this channel. Honestly, I love it. The frontal lobe.
Her frontal lobe is developing, and she's trying to fight. I feel like she's trying to come out of it alive. She's trying to come out with her finances, come out with her children. She's really putting up a fight. So I hope Nigerians can root for her, honestly. That's all she needs is grace. She's a woman in Nigeria, and that's a fight enough. Is to be a Nigerian woman, that's a struggle enough. So yeah,
So I
grace
have a
to Regina.
question for you, Casey. Do you think,
Yes.
because we know that one of Regina's friends and one of the people she has been with lately, it's May Edochie. So do
Oh.
you think that there's any traces of she knowing herself just because she was with someone that possibly had gone through some issues in marriage also? So do you think the reason why she's coming out now is because there's also an influence? Just a question. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. I think so. I think when it comes to May, her situation, it really surprised everyone. May really seems like the exception. Like, wow, a woman can actually stand up to her man in a marriage and go against what he wants to impose on her and still have favor in the eye of society. I think that's something a lot of Nigerian women are scared of. They're scared of the backlash the society will give them. They're scared of the backlash church will give them. Because I know this was one of our topics last Sunday, how some churches are really the fashion formed against Nigerian women in marriages. So they're scared of the backlash that they're going to receive from other people and how they'll be perceived. So for Nigerian women to see May come out on top of the situation was honestly, it almost felt like a miracle. Even besides May, when we
Empowering. It
look
was
at
empowering to most of
it
them.
was so empowering. So I feel like, look, even with this, with the situation with Senator Natasha, although that is a completely different one. But again, seeing Nigerian women come out on top in these situations that are meant to bring them down, that usually they would be chastised for. So I think May coming out on top, I think it is giving Regina the power to move forward and to actually vocalize what she's.
To be honest with you, I understand what you're saying, Casey, but I don't think Regina planned to vocalize. I think this is part of her losing control. And if she truly is on drug, it might have an effect. She may not even know what she's doing. Because if you listen to that video, she's not somebody who is calculated. She's being held down. That implies somebody who is out of control at the moment. So don't be surprised that
not quite.
I'm all for let's give her sympathy. I'm giving her sympathy. However, Regina might come back tomorrow and tell all of us to back off.
Is it just like Chacha?
So we have to be careful. We have to be careful. Yeah, remember Chacha Eke? Every minute she come, they're about to kill me. They're about to kill me. Tomorrow I love my husband. All of you back off. So you have to be careful. That's why I think some Nigerians are not buying into the sympathy. Me and you may have sympathy for her. I really do. I'm not saying it because I keep looking at her as a little child. But people are not looking at her as a little child anymore. She has been through, she was sleeping with a man that you may be scared to sleep with. And she bore 2 children. So people are looking at her as an adult. They're not having that sympathy for a child anymore. So I don't know. How do we reconcile that? Me, I have sympathy for her. But at the same time, I'm not going to blame people who don't. I'm not going to tell you're the worst human being ever, this and that. Because, like I said, we're still watching. Regina might come out tomorrow and tell all of you all to F off, that she loves her husband, and she will start living her baby girl life again in private jets, showing us Birkin bags, doing all what she used to do. And all of us will be like,
Dr. Precious,
okay.
can I say this? So when you were analyzing these videos, very importantly, when you were analyzing this thing that happened, you never saw that it was a cry of help. It was somebody holding her bound. You never saw in that video where she said, in my parents' house, my mother's house, I'm treated like a queen. You never also heard that, but yes, she's treated as a commoner, right?
Yes.
You didn't hear that. To me, that doesn't show somebody that is on drugs, because honestly, now I've seen so many people on drugs, I've seen the way they act. Somebody, I'm telling you 100% that she was sober that night. It is more of a fight that happens in a polygamous home. That's an example of what we saw. Now, however, I'm not saying that she doesn't take it at all, right? This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that she doesn't take these things at all. No. But I'm also saying that from the clip I watched, it doesn't sound to me like she was on something. It sounds to me like there was a power tussle, there was a fight. Now, how come? Let me also say this to you, that the video Ned Nwoko posted, how come they did not have sound? Why was those sound deleted? Okay? Why was the sound deleted? Why was there sound right at the middle of the video that did not even last long? Now, Nigerians need to ask, where is the original copy of the video? Because if Ned Nwoko was trying to pass an information that he was really correct, he should post the actual video. He should post the things that this young child was saying. I see a cry of help. I see somebody saying, you know what, this is choking. I have it up here. And another thing I see is because she has had friends like May Edochie, and I can see some influence from May Edochie too. I see that also.
They don't end up blaming May Edochie for this, because that may have suffered.
I'm not saying that people should blame her, but I also see an influence. They say, show me your friend, and I'll tell you who you are, right? So I'm also telling you that I see an influence also, because lately, these are the people that she has. This is one of the persons she's actually hanged out with. So now,
Regina Daniel and May Edochie are hanging out. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So how you didn't also know that it was the mother that introduced Regina to Ned Nwoko? You didn't also see that on social media when it was trending?
I didn't see. What I saw is that the mother took Regina to go see Ned's house, or Ned's. I think maybe his house is a tourist.
The mother made that connection.
But I didn't hear that the mother took her and introduced.
Then there are videos you're actually missing, Dr. AB. I want you to be updated. I wish if I find such video, I'll give it to you, because the good thing about information is if you're very much updated, right? Are you with
You
me?
know, like I said here, I used to not really follow these people, but my viewers, my people are requesting that I talk about these things. So I'm just getting into it. So you might be very well right that I'm not well informed about it. So please
That's what I'm trying to tell you, because
send me the
when
videos. I
now
will watch them.
Ned never saw this girl was on drugs, but this girl was constantly fueling him to pass his campaign, his political campaign.
Mm-hmm.
He used that as a tool to change. Ned needs to come out and tell me which of his wife has brought change to him, the much our young child has done. Now, and the only thing he could do you know, it was even better that he kept his mouth shut than even grant a press any of this information he has displayed.
He have to. You know, a situation like that, he's a senator. He have
Yeah.
to. He what he did in terms of granting a press conference is in order. Is what he says he needs
And the
that
kind of
matters.
information he stipulated. You see, Regina Daniel, I don't know if you're ever going to come across this video. You need to prove a point and speak your truth. Because many women that has gone silent like this did not end well. And they didn't even hit 50. So
Mm.
you have to actually say your truth. And
Yeah.
I'm really telling you this. Dr. Precious, I'm gonna say this to you, and maybe
Yeah, and
you
then
know have the floor
we'll let Chisom
to
speak. Chisom is in the studio, so go ahead.
okay. Since we have
Mm-hmm.
Chisom in the studio, I'm gonna say this to you. Chisom can speak, and however we push to close. Now there's
Mm-hmm.
something I want to say to you, Dr. AD.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go on social media, since you're not very big on TikTok, I've heard a lot of men say they own women.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of men that want to go for younger women, 20 years, 30 years, that is something years older, and they think that is life and they think that is maturity. Now,
Mm-hmm.
nobody is saying that Ned Nwoko is a pedophile, and I'm going to call him that. I don't care, wherever the video gets to, but I'm so highly upset with the kind of stuff I see him speculating. So I'll just go on and tell you what I think. Now, I feel bad. Now
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad because a lot of men will come up to support Ned. But if I see men supporting Ned, I can only put them in the pedophile, where you can classify them as pedophile too. Now, however, Ned was a senator, but
Pedophile is
a senator
a
that
good
had no
word.
name. A senator that
Pedophile
had
is
no
a
name,
good
that
word.
nobody knew him.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So now, however, that's by the way. Another thing I'm going to say is the campaigning of men thinking they own women.
Chisom, are you here?
I am sorry about that. My
That's okay,
network.
my darling.
Great. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to start from the scratch or the beginning, where Lolo and Casey said the mother needs to collect some
Slap.
beatings. Yes. I'm not one for violence, so I'll just say that. But
So
it's true
you're
because
not a team slap. You're not team slap.
I am Team Slap, but in a respectful way.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chisom. I'm not team slap because sometimes these kids don't listen. What will you do as a mother? You know, but go ahead.
Okay. First of all, Regina Daniel grew up in the circle of celebrity and materialistic kind of things.
Thank you.
And that is her brought up. Then,
Mm-hmm.
even when she got married to Ned, she got married to him, I think at age 19 or 20. However, bear in mind that she and Ned had already known each other before the marriage. So what does
Mm-hmm.
that mean? It means that the guy already knew her when she was probably 18 or 19,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I think she got married at 19 or 20, one of those two. So that
Mm-hmm.
means he knew her before she was even 18,
Exactly.
which is what he is.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, if you watch the video of the trial and everything, the mother enabled it.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
that's why
mother
I
is yeah.
said that the adults in her life failed
Mm-hmm.
her. Because most people at the age of 18 or 19 or even 20 are still trying to pass their exams in school and not get
Mm-hmm.
married.
Yeah.
And like Casey said, her frontal lobe has not been developed. Even
Mm-hmm.
most Gen Z's frontal lobes has not been developed. And even the oldest Gen Z, who is probably like 28, is still developing.
Mm-hmm.
They're still kids, or we are
Yeah.
still kids.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But that's one. Now, she got into the marriage, and the truth is, a lot of people on social media dragged her then.
Mm-hmm.
Because then she was also at the peak of her career in acting.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
dragged her then that what is she doing with an old man?
Yep.
Now, keep in mind that the mother encouraged that. It's not that I don't think Regina Daniel wanted to marry that man out of her free will. I
Really?
believe strong. Yes, I believe strongly it was something the mother pushed for. Plus, also the man in question. In Nigeria as a country, men 80% get what they want,
Mm-hmm.
especially a man that is wealthy. 90% of the time we get what he wants, and he
Mm-hmm.
just needs to persuade and keep contributing money for one thing or the other, and then he would eventually get what he wants. And I believe that's the scenario that happened with Regina. That's number one. Number two, I strongly believe that that was a very calculative marriage from the end of Ned. Ned, despite the fact that he's a polygamous man, the truth about Ned is that he's also an intelligent man.
Very, very intelligent.
He is an intelligent man.
Very
And
intelligent. Yeah.
because if you know his history of the case he won for Nigeria as a country against the France or so, you'll
Mm-hmm.
know that this man is actually an intelligent man. So that
Mm-hmm.
brings me to saying that he made a calculated move by getting married to Regina,
Yeah.
because she had the fame and she had the heart of most Nigerians,
Mm-hmm.
especially the younger Nigerians, the younger generations, especially because they are the ones that will be out there voting. They are the ones that have the strength to go about and be voting for whoever they need to vote for. So it was a very calculated marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And also, one thing most Nigerians must keep in mind is that I think I mentioned this the last time during your live. I said a cheat is always a cheat. And now I'm also going to say a violent person is always a violent person. It
Mm-hmm.
does not have anything to do with age, because I do not like how I'm seeing everybody saying after you marry an old man, what were you expecting? Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many people with their young husbands who are also beating them.
Word.
So being a domestic violent person has nothing to do with age.
Mm-hmm.
If Ned actually beats Regina Daniel, which most likely it is the case, that means
Mm-hmm.
certainly when he was 40 or when he was 30, it is something he was still doing then.
Mm-hmm.
And even when he gets to the age of 80, it's something he will continue to do. Even when his legs cannot stand, he will ask men to hold that person and help him beat the person.
Jesus, you will not kill somebody. Oh, the Lord will beat the person.
It is who
But
he is.
that is
It
true
is what he
though.
is.
That
It is what he
violence
is.
is
And that
not age related. It's who the person is.
and
I
that's my
get that.
stand. So it's
Mm-hmm.
quite unfortunate that this is
Mm-hmm.
happening to her, but I strongly stand with the fact that she is maybe 0% to be blamed or 5% to be blamed at most, because
Mm-hmm.
the adults in her life failed her. The mother
Mm-hmm.
failed her. Ned that even married. Okay, you that went to go and marry a child, aren't you supposed to help the child continue to push her career? I would say that she
Mm-hmm.
had the best time of her career before she married.
That's
After she
true.
married, few years into the marriage, her career just dropped.
I know because some men start feeling threatened. So when
Exactly.
they
And
marry a woman, they try to suppress the woman.
yes, and that's the case of Regina. She was only using her fame for him, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
He wants
Yeah.
to go for vote, he wants to go for this. And if you notice, when he married her, in fact, I think she's one that started taking handle of his social media account to also make sure that he's being public. He's also a
Mm-hmm.
public figure on social
Mm-hmm.
media. So he needs to give
Mm-hmm.
her the credit. And also, there is also a rumor that she's not even allowed to buy things or do anything in her name. So
Are you
therefore,
serious? I had that. I had that, but
what that
ah,
means is that she has absolutely nothing,
yes.
which is unfortunate. And I keep saying this thing to me. I'm a strong believer of men are supposed to pay their wives while they're even pregnant. Because because do you know the statistics of how much women end up with in pension? It
Mm-hmm.
is very low compared to the men. So what
Mm-hmm.
that means is that in a woman's old age, she doesn't have enough pension to sustain her compared to a man.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because women are natural carers. Women are natural caregivers. So when they get pregnant, they have to stop working, or they will not have the company remitting the pension for them. That's number
Mm-hmm.
one. Number two, they tend to quit their job to go and care for their aged parents as well, or care
Mm-hmm.
for someone in the family that needs care. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the time, that gap where they're not earning anything, no money is being contributed to their pension, and they're not even making as much as a man would make.
Mm-hmm.
So in this scenario, when Ned decided to retire, Regina Daniel has nothing to herself, but the man will
Mm-hmm.
definitely have something to himself, which is quite
Mm-hmm.
unfair. So that's why I strongly stand for men paying women when they are pregnant, or even if you don't want to pay your wife when she's pregnant, at least pay into her pension pot when she's pregnant, because somebody has to contribute to that for her future too. And it's quite unfortunate that Regina did not have this for herself. So everything belongs to the man. The jets, the cars, everything belongs to him. She has nothing. Her career dropped as well. So you would think that after she married that kind of a person, that she'll start having international deals and, acting roles in other countries. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And I believe she went into that marriage with that mindset that was what would happen to her, with the sense of she will have open doors.
Yes.
And also, this man, with what I have seen and observed, didn't push her career for her. This marriage was fully to benefit him and not her in any way. Now, which brings me to the next topic of the fact that she's giving him 2 kids. She has nothing to herself. Her career, she needs to start again from scratch to build back up, which I know she will do fine if she decides to focus on her career. And the mother, Lord, at the end of the day, everyone will just realize that you have to thank God for the kind of mother you have, and not because I feel like the mom should have fought for her child.
Yeah.
But she was probably looking at, okay, this is a future gateway for the entire family.
Is it, Gigi, not to cut you off, but I was always thinking that maybe she fought and the girl refused. But I'm beginning to understand that many people believe she didn't fight. Many people even believe that she propelled it, that she's the one that wanted it. If that is true, then she deserves more than beating. Because
exactly why everybody says she needs slap.
What kind of a mother would do that? Like, I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine to carry my beautiful, my child and give an old man. Not that there's something wrong with old man, but I don't know how to explain it. I can't even, that's why I tend to believe that the mother maybe didn't have a child. Did I say child? Didn't have a chance. That maybe she tried her best and the girl said, no, I must marry. And she decided, instead of losing my child, let me just support. That's what I've always thought. But if she truly, truly propelled this, oh my God. Oh my God. The greed. People are greed.
Yeah, the mother groomed Regina from small into that celebrity life. She groomed her, and then they needed somebody to maintain that lifestyle. And that's where Ned came into the picture. So Ned is the maintainer of lifestyle. And the only annoying thing right now is the fact that, okay, if Regina decides to leave the marriage, it will take a lot for her to stand on her feet, because she's already used to a lifestyle that needs to be maintained.
Which is why I think she probably will go back.
And if she goes back again, I get that part I was going to address. I heard the part where you were saying after Nigerians even try to be sympathetic or empathetic with her, she might go back. The funny truth is that if she goes back again, genuinely, I wouldn't even blame her, because this is all she has known. So it's going to be difficult for her to pull out of that scenario, number one.
Exactly.
However, at this point now, she is exposed. And yes, it will be difficult, but it's left for her to make a decision for herself and know what she wants to do with her life. Because funny enough, that's why she has 2 kids. She is still very young. She's not up to 30. Even if she's up to 30, she's not up to 40. So she's still very young.
She's still very young, yeah.
Exactly. And again, people that are saying that she was busy posting, it's better to cry in a Bentley or in a Ferrari than to smile in a keke. People forget that they were dragging her when she got married. That is what I would call a defense mechanism. She will have to pull up a facade just to let people know that she is fine and she's living the life. She might have been going through this for the longest of time, but she has to put a picture. She's a public figure. And all she's known all her life is to paint a picture for the world to see. And that she knows how to do well. She is a mastermind in that sense, because look at how she painted the husband, who nobody knew until he married her. See how she painted him. Mind you, the man has had previous divorce case.
At some point, we started thinking that Ned is even looking handsome now.
Exactly. That's why I said, see how she painted him. That whatever perception people have of Ned is kudos to Regina.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, people even forgot that he's had previous marriage, that he's had a divorce before. Everybody forgot about that. And was just seeing a man that is trying to cater for the community.
Yes.
And that's because of what she painted for him.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's what she knows how to do best.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's a defense mechanism of her coming up to say it's better to cry. If people should leave that girl alone. She's a
Mm-hmm.
child. She was a child of 1918 when she probably met that man and got married at the age of 20. She is still a child at the age. She was a child at the age of 20, and right now she is still a child who needs help. And I hope Nigerians can just take it easy, because my goodness, social media is something else. People just open their mouths wow and say nonsense without even
Talking
thinking
now.
of how it will affect the other person. And again, him saying that she's on drugs, it is hilarious, because when he met her, he never said she was on drugs. He never for once ever came out to say she's on drugs until now. And again, it's just him, because he has had the public figure. He wants to maintain that public figure. Hence why he's coming up with this statement of she's on drugs. And guess what? I remember the case of Mohbad. And one thing Nigerians know how to do is when someone they're dragging someone and you don't want to be dragged, you just come out and say the person is on drugs, or the person is a drug addict, or the person sells drugs, just to brush up everything. Because that was the same thing that happened with Mohbad. First, they were coming out to say the boy was taking drugs. That was why he died. So I'm like, so even if she is on drugs, are you saying she doesn't deserve justice for being beaten?
And did you beat her? Whether she's on drugs or not, did you beat
Exactly. She has evidence. She was. I think if you see the video clips of all of aftermath of the beating. So did you beat her? Yes. Then she deserves justice. Whether she's taking drug or whether she's a drug lord or whether she's a drug empire, she deserves justice.
Justice?
Full stop.
Not the drug lord.
I don't know why Nigerians every small thing somebody's on drugs just to brush off things. It's unfair.
I know. It's true. Even that video, oh my God, that video broke my heart. That video, me, I strongly don't believe that Regina did that in her right mind, because she knows she will be filmed.
She knew.
You know?
I think.
So I feel like her reasoning was impaired somehow.
I don't think her reasoning was impaired. Why I said that is because there's a point at which you push somebody, they will not care anymore.
Yes.
So there's a possibility that she had gotten to that point, that at this point, like, anything that wants to happen, let it happen.
Let it happen.
And done. And that's her feeling at that time. So even if she goes back tomorrow and go back to that marriage, it doesn't change the fact that she was feeling that way at that time when that thing was being filmed and posted. She was frustrated and she needed to express herself, and she didn't care the consequences at that time, because I don't think she was on drugs. I don't even think she was on alcohol, because if you had listened to the statement she made, it was very clear and concerned. Like, I'm not being treated like this at home. I'm treated as a queen, but in Ned Nwokolo's house, I'm treated as a nobody. Her wordings, she wasn't stuttering. Everything she said was very clear.
Chisom, I like the fact that you spotted out that she was not stuttering. Everything she said was clear. She didn't even have a sluggish, like,
at all.
So that's why I said I've seen people on drugs and I can tell you how people act when they're on drugs. But most women and most men can push the narrative like she's on drugs. That's what Ned wants to be pushed. So I refuse to be biased about this, and I refuse to push such. I don't think that child, like I will say it over 100 times from that video, I don't think that child was on drug. And if I can sit with some people that understand, we can actually do a lot to that video and bring out the real deal of what happened there. My only anger is, why did he edit the voice? Why was there no voice in what he played on his verified page? Why was the voice coming up in the middle of the video, and after then the voice was totally silenced? Is there something Ned could be hiding? Nobody is going towards that angle, but we're all going towards, a lot of people are going towards the angle like she was on drugs. I'll tell you, whether she takes drugs or not, that's not what I'm capitalizing on today. What I'm saying today is, I don't think she's on drugs on that particular episode, on that particular day. She spoke with like someone that is in pains. She spoke with someone that she's tired of her situation, and now she wants to open up. And this is how they want to shut her up, just like Nigerians shut their own up.
That's what they do, because if you look at Mohbad's case here, when evidence started coming up and left, right, center, and when they started bringing out videos of him smoking and him, being in a state of being high, and everybody started capitalizing that he was doing drugs. And it's quite unfortunate that they use that statement to brush things under the carpet in Nigeria. Once somebody is in a situation and is being accused, all they need to say is that person was on drugs, and everything will be swept under the carpet like no, nothing ever happened. And it's very unfortunate. And I stand on the fact that even if the person is doing drugs or the person is not doing drugs, so it does not stop the person from getting justice. Full stop.
But let me ask you guys though, I try to stay neutral so I can be able to bring out things. Are you guys saying that Regina is completely devoid of any responsibility in this whole thing?
I'm saying that she's devoid of responsibility to a certain percentage. I will give her maybe 10% responsibility.
I won't give her responsibility at all. To me, I haven't seen what she has done wrong in all odds. To me, I would say that this is a child that nature has not treated fairly. This is a child that her mother has nurtured wrongly. You see, this is the hard truth. And sometimes we can come in terms with the hard truth. For the first time, I'm going to stand up to say that she even tried during the marriage. And she has held this thing called marriage for a very long time. I keep asking you, I know Ned back then, but he wasn't popular. I'm telling you, tell me the thing that made Ned a popular figure, no matter the position he held. But this child.
So somebody says she will not be able to, Comfort says she will not be able to come out of the marriage because she took an oath with Ned before the marriage.
Okay, so I want to ask, what was that oath for? That's why when you came out here, Chisom, you said Ned is very intelligent. I'm like, yes. What was the oath for?
Because you know, Regina will one day want to run. After she must have enjoyed the wealth. Maybe she was lured in with the wealth. But after a while, like I tell people that think money is everything, is all about the bag, it's all about the money.
So I want to say this.
After a while, you will get tired.
So I want to say this. There's no oath that they cannot go and jolly and dissolve. That marriage was a fraud. That marriage was a fraud committed against our own. It was fraudulent. In short, some persons are supposed to be sued. I don't even see people of the force coming to that house. Ned is supposed to be questioned. I'm not granting him a press. He's supposed to even be arrested, detained, probably detained to ask him what is going on with the video.
Unfortunately, they live in Nigeria.
And even if they live in London, what did he do? They are both consenting adults. What did he do?
What they live in London, and
you don't see an abuse that was going on. Violence, you don't think that there was firearm present on the video.
Yes.
You don't see that.
Yeah, but
you don't see that there was a threatening. You don't see that she was also threatened. You don't see that her life was at stake. Really?
But Ned can deny all that. Ned can say that he didn't order.
He cannot deny. See, let me show you. If this happened in the UK, Ned would have not been out of detention. And I'll shock you.
Especially because of the position he holds, he will get questioned.
Maybe in the US, somebody needs to call him. Somebody needs to call the cops. But if it's for the UK, authorities will take action immediately. Did you see what happened to this lady, this popular blogger too, hair tutorials? She just showed the video where it looks like the bed clamped on the child, right? Guess what? The cops in the UK showed up immediately to satisfy that the child, their citizen, was okay. They had to come check. But I'm telling you that in some countries, he would have been detained by now. In some countries, Regina Daniel would have been in the hospital for mental evaluation. These are the things that we're not watching. What we're watching is he has pushed a narrative that she's on drugs. So everybody now thought, okay, she is sad. Let me be honest to you. He just wants to waste her career. He just wants to waste her career. You don't see how people on drugs behave? Go check Jerry Williams. Then you really know if really she's on drugs. And we need to know what kind of drugs and how long she has been on these drugs. Jerry Williams is in the Nollywood industry. And we saw what the drugs did to him, right? So if you want to know people that are on drugs, you can tell from their sluggish speech. You can tell from, there's a lot of sign.
But you know, the signs of being on drug is not the same. Some people can become like that. Some people can become violent. Some people can become, the way things affect us is different.
She was not violent. She was not violent.
She was
Show me,
fine.
Doctor. See,
I'm
Regina
not
Daniel is
saying
not
she
even.
is. I'm just saying it can manifest in
In
different
watching
ways. So
over,
I don't
in,
think you can say for sure that she's not.
Dr. Precious, in watching over 100 videos of Regina Daniel, she doesn't look to me like someone that portrays violence. But let me tell you, in
But
the
I didn't
actions.
say she's violent.
Now,
I
hold on, ma. In
think
the
drugs can
actions,
manifest in different ways.
I get it. But in the actions of Ned, in fact, he even act like he's the one taking the drugs. I'm so sorry.
Okay, we get it. You hate Ned? What did Ned do to you?
I don't hate him. I hate that he's a pedophile. That's what I hate about him. And I'll go and tell you. That's what I hate about him. I hate that he's not taking accountability.
Yeah.
Rather, he wants people to see this lady in a different way, and I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Interesting. This has been quite a conversation, and obviously it's not going to end today. So we will continue next time, so we can round up, so people can go sleep. But quite interesting. Different opinions. Is that one thing that we all agree on? Is that the situation that Regina Daniels is in is not acceptable. She shouldn't be. She's just a child that needs to find her way in life. A child that needs to grow up and find her way. So our heart goes out to her. We hope she's okay. We hope she gets the help she needs. We hope that the family will step in and make amends, because everybody agrees that the family failed her, that the family should not have allowed her go into the marriage, especially the mom. Everybody's blaming the mom. I also blame the mom to some extent, but I'm also of the opinion that the mom, her hands may have been tied. But a lot of people do believe that her hands are not tied. Me, I go back and forth with this opinion. Sometimes I do say, yes, the mom is the culprit of all this. Sometimes I'm like, maybe the poor woman is just making the best out of a situation that she finds herself, where the daughter says, hey, I'm going to marry this person. I don't care what you say. But anyway, we'll continue to learn from it, because the lesson that everybody can learn, every young person out there, any young person watching this video, will watch this video, will say, when your elders are telling you something, pay attention, because they can see what you cannot see. There's an Igbo adage that says that what an elder can see sitting down, you as a young person will not see it, even if you climb a tree. So when you're making life decisions, consult your elders, especially the ones that care about you, and listen. And if you have parents that are not responsible, in this case, a lot of people are of the opinion that Regina Daniels' parent, the mom, was not responsible. Seek outside help. Go to aunties, uncles that are responsible. It's not hard to know somebody who is responsible. You can look at their track record and be able to tell. Go talk to them and see what they say. And don't make impulsive decision. Just because you see a Lamborghini doesn't mean you should marry that person. Okay, because eventually that Lamborghini, you will get tired. It will tire you. Then what? So always don't make a decision based on what you see now or what you're enjoying now. And definitely don't marry anybody because of money. I know me, I'm talking to myself on that one, because many people marry for money. So people will be like, that one you're talking is your own. So I do know, even if you're going to marry for money, marry somebody who is also kind, who is also, within a reasonable age range. Don't go marrying an old man because of money. Okay, even if you marry somebody who is a little bit older and they have money, that's okay. So even if you're going to marry for money, don't do something so outrageous, so ridiculous, because everybody agreed that this issue of Regina Daniels is a little bit ridiculous, because Regina is so young and Regina is looking at the money. Not to say that you cannot fall in love with an older person. People do fall in love with an older person, but when it's love, people can also tell. From day one, I think we all agree that with her, it's all about money, because I've seen her interviews. I think there was even a time that the priest asked her, why did you choose to marry him? He said, because I'm very stubborn. I need an older person that can. What a reason. What a reason. If you know you're stubborn, why not work on yourself and stop being stubborn? So it's something that is not very palatable from day one. And anything that is happening, nobody is surprised, is expected. So young people, use this as a learning tool, use this as a lesson, and avoid the same mistake. Because each era of your life that you lose, you cannot get it back. Like these few years that Regina have lost, she didn't progress her career. She's busy having babies and living baby girl life and peppering people online. She will never get it back. So let's be mindful. Let's use this as a learning tool and not a tool to blame, to make jest, or to, but instead to use it to reflect and be able to make better decisions. So thank you all for watching. Chisom, thank you for speaking. Casey, thank you for speaking. All the people in the comment section, Angel, you're welcome. Nkechi, thank you for still being here. Jonathan, Mwachuku, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate all of you. Unfortunately, we are getting to the close. We'll be here for, I think, 2 hours plus. Next Sunday, we'll still be here at 2 p.m. American time. 8 p.m. London time, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And you guys let me know in the comment section if this time works for you. If we should do it earlier, let me know. I will move the time up a little bit. So I want us to interact. I want this to be interactive. I keep saying it. Don't just listen to me. You listen to me enough in my videos. When I do this live, I want you to see me live. I want to see you live. That's how come I always have a link in the comment section where you can request to come into studio. And I can see you, other people can see you, and you can give your opinion. And the people that came in today, they all came in with audio. Next time, come in with camera so we can see your face. We want to see your face. You know, don't forget to like this live. Hit the like button, please. I really, really, really appreciate it. And the signals to Facebook that you like what we're doing. Thank you so much. And share it so other people can learn. In the beginning of this live, we had Dr. Oji. Dr. Oji is a breast cancer surgeon who was able to give a lot of insights, a lot of advice on breast cancer. And again, men do get breast cancer. So you can go back and watch the replay if you missed the beginning, and you get a lot of medical insights. And also say, type in your questions. We have medical license qualified, degreed medical individuals that can answer your question, which, you know, if you go to their office, you will pay a lot of money. So we are giving it free. That's the only thing I can do for you guys. And I enjoy doing it. So I'm not complaining. It's my pleasure to do it. So you guys let me know what you would like to see, what you would like to hear, any other area that we need to talk about, bring an expert on. Let me know in the comment section, because I need to know before I can do it. Don't go sending me messages on my messenger. I don't even barely look at messenger. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of messages there. If I try to start reading them and start replying, it will take me days. So that's why I created this live. That way I can hear from you guys and I'll be able to respond live. So please, this chat section is a better option, not messenger. All the people that are sending me message on messenger, don't think I'm ignoring you. It's just that I can't keep up. Your message have gotten buried with thousands and thousands of messages. So please don't take it personally if I don't respond to your message on messenger. Come to this live and talk to me direct, okay? That is why I created this live. You can be looking at my face and talking to me live. Live and direct. So thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate you guys. I can't say it enough. I'm not just saying it because it sounds good. I truly am grateful, because this channel is fairly new. To be honest, it's fairly new, but we have gotten so far. And it's because of you guys. I keep sharing my video, keep spreading the news, keep inviting people, keep liking the videos. Thank you all so much, and keep commenting. I appreciate you. Kelechukwu Amaka, I see you, girl. Thank you. You are so welcome. Thank you. And you always stay till the end. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you all so much. And I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. And I see you guys again next Sunday. Next Sunday, please be on time so we can start on time, and bring your questions, bring your answer, bring your A game. And we'll continue to do this. Thank you all once again. Have a wonderful week. I pray that this week serves you very well. Until next Sunday, may God bless you. Lola, do you have anything to add before we check out?
No, I don't. Please invite people when you're coming. Shout out to my fan, especially Comfort Udodi. So and we want it to be an interactive section, just like Dr. Ebele Precious stated. Please go and follow her on TikTok. Please follow us on TikTok and follow on Facebook too. Till we meet again. Shalom.
Bye. Love you guys.